So I hope everyone are done with Kali Linux and Metasploitable Linux. If you are able to do it, log into power on the Kali Linux like this. You need to launch Kali Linux from the start menu. Very simple, right? Go to the start menu like this four squares. Then search for VMware. You'll see this kind of icon. Then click on that. We should be able to launch VMware. Okay. Once you launch Kali Linux, turn on the Kali Linux, go to Metasploitable. There will be an option like power on. Turn on the Metasploitable Linux. Wait for some time. Try to find out the internal IP address of both the systems. Remember, whatever I'm training you today, it is all real time. It is not like, okay, something for training or something for practice. Basically, whatever you are going to learn from today is all about real time training. We are going to find out similar vulnerabilities what you see in your applications or similar kind of issues when you do it in the real projects. Okay, so we need one Kali Linux or one attacker system. And we need a target. Already we discussed about the target and attacker system, right? This is attacker or ethical hacker. You can use Kali Linux. Okay. Why Kali Linux? Because Kali Linux comes with hundreds of tools by default. And the target can be a website or a mobile or it can be anything. For today, we'll consider the website. Okay. For our practice, I'm going to make use of a website that is hosted over Metasploitable Linux. Hosted in Metasploitable Linux. All of you have set up this Metasploitable Linux, right? That will have multiple websites. Within that system, it can have multiple websites. So as I said, one of the website is DVWA, Damn Vulnerable Web Application. Okay. So this is the application one, app one for practice purpose. We are going to learn about a lot of vulnerabilities by using this website. Similarly, there are few more websites are there. I'm going to get that whenever we practice some different kind of vulnerabilities. App 2, similarly app 3. When you get into the job, assume like you are working for Cognizant or TCS, they give app 4. It can be something if they are working for the banking domain, some bank.com, or app 5. If they are working for support.bank.com, some banking.com, support.bank.com. Okay. Similarly, app 5, you are working for Wipro and they give something like wipro.com, or if they give some app 6, app 7. Like this, it doesn't matter whatever is the website. You have to learn the concepts. You need to learn about vulnerabilities. So how do you learn about these vulnerabilities? Tell me what are the vulnerabilities you have learned so far? Kind of vulnerabilities you have learned so far in our course. We are going to continue some more vulnerabilities. Okay. SQL injection, yes. SQL injection, then clickjacking, file uploads, anything else. Components with known vulnerabilities. Components with known vulnerabilities. When did we do this? What is the Microsoft vulnerability number for components with known vulnerabilities? MS17 -010. Do you guys remember this? Also called eternal blue. Eternal blue. Okay, fine. So like this, we have to learn lot many vulnerabilities. It doesn't matter whatever is the website. We have to test the website for all these vulnerabilities. This is what we do in the real time. Okay. So far we learned about some vulnerabilities. Like that, we will learn another 20 to 30 kinds of vulnerabilities. They'll give you the website when you get into the job. If you are clear about how to test the website for some vulnerability, you are going to test in that manner. Is it clear? So what we do is, first we'll practice with the DBWI and we practice with some more websites. Once you are learning around 20 to 30 kinds of vulnerabilities, 30 kind of vulnerabilities, I'll give some more websites for your real-time practice. If I real-time practice in the sense, I'll give you app 3 and I give 2 days, 2 hours of time. You need to check and find out list of vulnerabilities. List of vulnerabilities. This is like once you are familiar with some most common vulnerabilities. Okay, fair enough. Let us get started for learning some more vulnerabilities from today onwards, because you know, like, all of you are done with the lab setup. Let us get started then. Try to find out the IP address of your Kali Linux and Metasploitable Linux. I'll explain some basics of Kali Linux also in today's session. Once you launch Kali Linux, the credentials are same, Kali and Kali. Username as Kali, password as Kali, login. Then go to Metasploitable. Type. You need to log in. Okay, here I have already logged in. You need to type MSF admin username and MSF admin password. You should be able to land in this page. Now, try to find out the IP addresses of your Kali Linux and Metasploitable Linux. Remember, I'll try to list some basics about Kali Linux. Just like Windows operating system, Kali Linux is one more operating system. Okay, and it is open source, means you can customize this operating system. For you to get started, you should know how to operate this operating system. How do you do that? You see on the right hand side, on the left hand side top corner, this is a menu or dragon icon. The moment you click on that, it will list you all the applications whatever you want. For example, you want to launch browser. I think Kali Linux will have Firefox. You can search with Firefox. Okay, the moment you launch this Firefox, then you should be able to open the browser. Or if you want to launch terminal, you can launch terminal like this. Or if you want to launch any kind of application, just search with it, editor, text editor, you should be able to launch it. Or directly, if you want to launch by selecting these options, you can launch any kind of application. So depending on the kind of lab we are practicing, kind of vulnerability, we make use of some of the tools in Kali Linux. Very easy. Okay. And if you want to launch terminal directly, there is a black icon here. You click on that, you should be able to launch the terminal. More oftenly, we use the menu and then the terminal. From menu, we try to access or launch applications. So first I launch terminal. I want to find out the IP address of Kali Linux. What is the IP address of Kali Linux? You can give sudo space if config Kali. So the IP address is 192.168.150.129. This is attacker IP address. Remember, this is the attacker IP address. From attacker IP address, I can access any websites. Go to the menu, search for Firefox, launch the Firefox, just select that. So if I want to launch any of the websites like google.com, you can feel free to give the domain and enter. That's it. Okay, here proxy is configured for some of my previous labs. Let me remove that. Type google.com, you should be able to launch Google. Or if you want to launch Facebook, you can give facebook.com. You should be able to launch Facebook. Okay. Now, we have kept our attacker system ready, Kali Linux, and the target can be anything. It can be any website. Okay. You send a request and you get the response. So first application which I am going to consider for web security is DVWA, that is installed in Metasploitable Linux. DVWA stands for Damn Vulnerable Web Application. I'm going to make use of this website for our practice purpose for time being. Okay. Where it is hosted? It is hosted over the Kali Linux, over the Metasploitable Linux. So Metasploitable Linux, once you have turned it on, this is the only UI. You will not be able to see any kind of icons. Try to find out the IP address, if config or IP space A. 128 is the IP address of Metasploitable Linux operating system. So go back to Kali Linux. As a normal user, I can launch the website. We don't know the domain. Domain is not hosted, but the IP address of Metasploitable Linux is this one. Enter. Okay, you see 5 links at the bottom. Wiki, PHP, MyAdmin, Multi-Delay, DVWA, and WebDAV. We are going to practice with the help of DVWA. Click on DVWA. Then what is the username? What is the password? This is a website. Always we make use of this website for our practice. Don't worry about this domain. It will vary based on your setup. In my system, it has come as 128. In your system, it may come with a different IP address. Okay. You need to pay attention to the IP address of Metasploitable Linux because the website is hosted in Metasploitable Linux. Now, give username as, what are the username and password of DVWA? There are multiple users are there. Admin is one of the user. Password is password. Enter. We have logged in. Okay. Once you log in, there are some set of labs which we can use it for practice. These are all labs: brute force command execution, CSRF file inclusions, SQL injection, upload, cross-site script. Only thing is, try to set DVWA security of this application to low. As of now, security level is set to high. So you need to click on DVWA security. Once you click on that, there will be an option, set it to low, then click on submit. DVWA security is set to low, and today we'll practice about cross-site script reflected. Okay. This is a page, just like a page, and you enter some details, any of your name, hi Hari or hi Hackerbook. You just give some name, whatever the name you give, you just response with a hello Hari, hello, and your name. So just like some kind of a robotic software, you give something, it says hi something. You give like Naresh, hi Naresh, or you give some Ramu, hi Ramu, like that. You provide some name, it just responds with that message. This is the functionality. We have to find the vulnerabilities in this functionality. We'll come to this later. So as a prerequisite, all of you try to launch DVW application. Try to find out the IP addresses, then log into your Kali Linux, and after you log in, launch Firefox browser, then try to launch your DVW application and set DVW security to low. Once this is done, and confirm me in the chat window. If you are not able to do it, or if you have some issues with the lab setup or DVW setup or the application, let me know. I give around 6 minutes of time. 8:09 now. 8:15. Okay. If you are done with it, then you can continue for checking any of the vulnerabilities in this page. What is your name is there? So normal functionality is you can give hello, whatever it is. It just gives hello and your name. Krishna. Hello Krishna. Or Divya Krishna. Hello Divya. So this is the normal functionality or Aparna. Whatever it is there, it just gives you the message. The challenge here is of course you guys don't know how to find vulnerabilities. You try anything, I want you to find some defect in this page. That's it. Our job as an engineer is to find defects, but as a security engineer, you need to find security defects. Those are called vulnerabilities. If you are done with the setup, try to find out the vulnerabilities in this page. If you are not done, I would expect try to set up Kali Linux and Metasploitable Linux and then confirm in the chat window. Okay. And there's 6 minutes to go. Meantime, if anyone has issues with the lab setup, let me know. You guys can share the screen so that I'll help you to resolve it. If you need any help in the lab setup, you guys can share the screen. I'll help you to resolve it right now. Don't postpone it. Yes, Vamshi. What is the issue, Vamshi? Can you share the screen? I'll give permissions. Yes. Go ahead and share the screen. I'll help you. Muni, what is the problem? Yes, go ahead. One of the other members, try to set up the lab and then try to launch Firefox, log into the application, then find vulnerabilities. Okay. What is the password for DVW? Admin is a username, password is a password, all in small. Come on, Muni, you have to share the screen. If you can share the screen, I can help you. Okay. Not in the help desk. Vamshi. 1 second, guys. Be online. Can you please repeat Kali Linux? Yeah, we'll repeat that. Other members, any issues? Okay. No, don't show the photo. Just launch your operating system. Okay, I think you logged in from mobile, right? Fine, leave it. You need to click on that Kali Linux folder. Repeat Kali Linux. Okay, let me repeat the Kali Linux one more time, as all of you are asking. So Kali Linux setup, or it is a DBW application. What is that exact? Let me give you permissions to speak. We go little slow for the next 3 days. The reason is these labs anyhow it takes time, and moreover you have to get familiar with this setup. That's the reason we go little slow. Don't worry about that. Yes. Yeah. Any doubts? You guys can ask by unmuting. Okay. Unmute and then speak up. Kali Linux repeat. Very simple. We have Metasploitable Linux and Kali Linux. If you want me to do it from scratch, I'll turn it off. Okay, power off. This is a virtual machine. I can turn it off and I can turn on. It has been shut off, right? Let me close this one. Even I have closed this Kali Linux. But let the Metasploitable be Linux like that. I have downloaded these Kali Linux folder here under D drive OS. I have copied Kali Linux. What you have to do, you need to right click, then show more options. There will be an option called extraction. Click on extract to Kali Linux. That's it, right? The moment you do that, this folder gets created. Earlier it will not be here. Okay, then double click on that. There are a lot of files. You don't get confused with these files. What you have to be concentrating only this specific folder. Now go back to VMware, click on file, click on open. Then under OS, you will be able to see only the folders, not the zip file. Okay. Then which one I want to launch? Kali Linux. Click on Kali Linux. The moment you click on that folder, it will list only one file. It will not list all the folders and files. Select that file. You'll be able to launch the screen with the VMware settings like this. From here, it is normal. You can turn it on or you can turn it off. So if you want to modify any settings for the processor or hard disk of the virtual machine, you go for edit virtual machine settings. Or if you don't want to modify, click on power on this virtual machine. Okay. Click on power on this virtual machine. Select OK. The same thing you have to do for metasploitable Linux in case uh, if you want to try it or launch it from first time. You need to wait. Metasploitable Linux MSF admin is the username, MSF admin is the password. So Kali Linux first username is Kali, password is Kali, enter. After you log in, what I told you need to launch Firefox browser and terminal. You need to find out the IP address of Kali Linux, IP address of Metasploitable Linux. Now click on menu. Just like any applications, you need to launch Firefox. That's it. Launch Firefox. Manikanta Amarnath. Windows 7 installation, I'll do it tomorrow from a different system. You need to know the IP address of your Metasploitable Linux. That is 128, right? Or 129? Is it 129? No, 128. If you give wrong IP address, there will not be website in that system. So you'll not be able to launch it. DVWA. What are the login credentials for DVWA? Admin is a login username and password is password, all in small. PASSWORD. Login. That's it. Once you are done with it, set the security to low. DVWA security. Set it to low. Submit. This option is the fourth from bottom. Then click on cross-site script. XXX reflected. What I said, you give your name, it should reflect your name. That's it. Till here, everyone should do it. And there are 4 minutes. Okay. Once you are done, confirm me. Lab setup is done. And then we'll start with cross-site script vulnerability. Confirm me whoever are done till here. Chandrika, Manikanta, Rajshekhar, that's it. Hari Krishna, Venkata Pratap, Manu, Stravan, Vijay Kumar, Preeti, Madan Mohan, Gautam, Mohan, Madan Mohan, Ishwar, Shukur, Rupesh, Vijay, Sweta, Chaitanya. That's it. Manoj, you should be able to launch DVW. That is the target. Manasa, Pravalika, Balu, Harish, Ganesh. Okay. The first task is you should launch the Firefox, log into DVWA, and go to this page, check some message is coming or not. There is a vulnerability here, you need to find it out. That for that I give you 10 minutes of time. Why do we need security to low, Rajshekhar? Interesting question. Very simple. This website is for our practice. Okay, when you get into some company, they'll give you a different website. So while practicing, you want to try with an application which is of low security or high security, like that. If you set it to low, it means that application is less secure. If you set it to high, it is very highly secured, very difficult to hack. For our practice, we want less secure application, so we are setting it like that. That's it. Just a settings file, nothing to do with the vulnerabilities. Okay, then continue finding vulnerability in this page.
కాదులే కళ్ళు నెమ్మది వచ్చినాయా
If anyone wants to share the screen, yes, you guys can go ahead and share the screen. Yes, Vamshi, what is the doubt? Kali Linux is there. You have extracted Kali Linux? No, not yet. Right click. Okay, you have extracted. There is a Kali folder I see. Go to the Kali folder. Fine. Open a virtual machine. OS, Kali Linux. Double click on that. No, OS, Kali Linux. Again, click on that folder. Double click on that folder. On the Kali Linux folder. Kali Linux 2022. You're going back again. You are double click on OS, right? Double click on that OS. Double click on that. You are dragging it. Again, double click on Kali Linux now in that window. I see a folder called Kali-Linux-2022.2. Click on Kali. Let us do one thing, Vamshi. I'll take a remote session of your system after the session, okay? And try to resolve it. No, you just need to open. Select the second option, open. Okay, no items match your search. Click on cancel. Click on cancel. Cancel this window. You have not extracted properly. Okay, you didn't extract that software properly. That is the reason you are able now. You are not able to see that configuration file. Click on cancel. Close this window. Anyone else who wants to share the screen? hold on, wait. Click on power on the virtual system. Oh, so BIOS is not enabled. We need to you need to restart your system, and there will be BIOS. What is depending on your laptop, whether it is HP or Dell or Lenovo, you need to restart and select F2 or F9, F10 like that. Try it out, Wali. If you are not able to do it, our team will help you. You need to get into the video call because you need to restart your PC to enable that. Okay, right. We'll take it offline. Try it out. You need to restart your system. Okay. Other members, have you guys found any vulnerability? Search in Google. Okay, depending on your hardware, you can search in Google like Lenovo BIOS key. Okay. Give Kali and Kali username and password. Login. You give the username as Kali and password as Kali. You logged in. Now you need to turn on Metasploit. What is the IP address of Metasploitable? What is the IP address of your Metasploitable? You need to turn on Metasploitable Linux. Power on. Okay. Then hold on. Wait. Go slowly. Okay. How to open DVW? You need to launch Firefox browser. Then type the IP address of Metasploitable Linux. MSF admin. You need to give the correct username. Login is MSFADMIN. Try to find out the IP address, type if config.
Good morning, Mama.
Hi, good morning. Kali is the password. KLI. Give the password, you should be able to get the IP address. Madan, you should try for cross-site script, not the file upload. You didn't get the IP, you didn't get the network. Okay, fine. Go to Metasploitable Linux. You got the IP address for Metasploitable Linux, right? You didn't get the IP address for Kali Linux. Go to the Kali Linux. Go to the Kali Linux. Click on the Kali Linux tab. Click on Kali Linux. You see the top right hand side, that icon, system icon, there is no internet connection. For that, there are some settings which we have to do it. Come out of the Kali Linux, select Kali Linux settings on the left hand side. Hold on. Wait. Come out of the Kali Linux by pressing Alt plus Control. Then VMware, you see File, Edit, View, VM tabs over the top left hand side. Are you able to see that? File, Edit, View, VM, horizontal tabs. Select VM. Click on VM. VM settings at the bottom. Settings, yes. By default, the network adapter should be NAT. I don't know why you are not able to detect it. Click on the network adapter. Okay. Select bridge. Okay, I'll tell you the process. Try it out. If it is going to work out, let it. Okay. If it is not going to work out, then I'll let you know. You need to select bridge, restart the VM, check if you are getting the internet connection. Yeah, select replicate physical network connection state. Checkbox. Check under bridge. There is a checkbox, replicate physical network. Select that. Uh, Select this option and restart the virtual machine, not your physical system. Okay. And then check for the internet connection. After that, again you revert it to NAT and try if you are able to get the internet, or else we'll take remote session. Yes. No need to uninstall and reinstall. You need to restart the virtual machine. That's it. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, you can unshare the screen for now. We'll see. Control, Alt plus Control to come out of the screen. Other members, have you guys found any vulnerability? Yeah, let me discuss this for 5 minutes. All of you are ethical hackers, right? Then do you give only name when you want to? This is an input field, editable input field. You give only strings, or do you give any kind of special characters? How do you test if you want to become a hacker? I gave you the hint. Try it for 3 minutes and let us see in case if anyone can crack this puzzle or a vulnerability. Post me in the chat window. In case if you don't have the lab setup, you can reply in the chat window like what is the option, or 1 second. What is the input you want to try? That you can, of course, payload. What kind of payload we use? If you don't have the lab setup, you can just think of it and then reply from mobile itself. I gave you one clue. Instead of giving strings, I give some special characters like this. So I want you to find some security defect. One more clue you want? Okay, try it for 2 minutes. Then later I'll give a hint. Yes, Pravalika gave one interesting answer. 1 or 1 is equal to 1. Yes, this is a input text field. Of course, you can try this payload. It doesn't matter whether it is going to work or not. We'll give a try, that's it. No, it is reflecting it. Whatever you give the input, it is coming in the output. So, it is not vulnerable for SQL injection. Where is the path? No path here. Blank. If you give blank, nothing is coming up. Any other answers? You can give a try or you can guess it as you are doing it first time. It doesn't matter whether it is correct or wrong, but I want you to remember the concepts. Remember, cybersecurity, we are not involving any kind of source code or programming. You need to learn the concepts, you need to learn security defects that are called vulnerabilities. Okay, I'll give one more hint after a minute. Have you guys learned web technologies? Yes or no? Think of it. What input can cause some issue in this page? If you are a normal user, we learned about HTML, we learned about CSS, we learned about JavaScript, right? As a normal user, what you do? You try to provide like some strings, but as an ethical hacker, what do you want to try? Now, give a try for 1 minute. Let me see the options. Clickjacking, what is the payload you have to try? Okay, Hari Krishna says HTML is not printing. Let me see that. Script, encrypted script. Okay, let me give script. Oh, script is not coming up. This is one security defect. Yes, good find, good catch. Any other things? If you're a normal user, you give strings or special characters. We are ethical hackers, right? Why don't we give some elements? What elements should we try? Reply fast. And there are 3 minutes to wind up this session. What elements shall we try? What are the different kinds of elements you have learned? Paragraph, HTML. Then let us try with script. Do you guys remember this? Ideally, the application should. I'm giving this kind of input payload for the application. It should come like hello script alert of 123 script. If this is not vulnerable, if there is no defect, that string should come here. If there is a defect, what should happen? It is a pop-up, right? Submit. The script is, we got the pop-up. So do you think like, is the script getting executed or not executed? Is the script getting executed or not getting executed? The script is provided by the hacker and the application is listening to the script. So definitely it is getting executed. Okay. So the application should not execute any kind of external scripts. If it is executing any kind of external scripts, if the application is allowing any kind of external scripts, then we call it like cross-site scripting. Cross-site scripting, that is one more vulnerability where we say like attacker will try to inject some kind of malicious scripts, okay, or malicious scripts into the web application either through input fields or URL parameters, which will lead to cross-site script. The one which we tried is a reflected cross-site script. I'll tell you why exactly we call it like a reflected cross-site script. Instead of script, why don't I give some image? Shall we try with an image? Yes, okay. Let me copy this image element. Directly I'm copying it because already you guys are familiar with how to test it. Submit. Even the image also it is taking. Why didn't you guys try this scenario? Already you have learned HTML, CSS, everything, right? You should have tried this case. If I give you a new application, can you try this kind of things? This is a DVW application. I'll give you one more website. Will you be able to find cross-site script? That is a question. Yes or no? Then let us do it for assignment for tomorrow's session. That website will take the app to, which is a different website. That is alteromutual.com. This is the website and it has a login feature, sign-in feature, sign in. The username is jsmith and password is password. I will not tell you where exactly this cross-site script is there. Okay. jsmith demo 1234 login. So there are so many fields are there. Fund transfer is there. One more field here. I don't know whether it is vulnerable for cross-site script or not. Then view recent transactions. Some more fields are here. You should look for editable text fields for cross-site script. Your time starts now. Take it for assignment. I want you to find where exactly the cross-site script exists. If you want to log off, you can log it off. There are some options like online banking login, personal, sign in, contact us, feedback, search. So many fields are there. I will not tell you where exactly the cross-site script vulnerability exists. You have to find it out as part of assignment. Okay. Before that, practice once with DVW application. Check if you are able to load it. Okay. Load in the sense, do this as an assignment. Load one image and post it in the WhatsApp group. Instead of giving a name, try to give some image or alert. You first finish this task for practice and then try for the assignment. Once you are done with the assignment, we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Okay, see you tomorrow then. Bye bye.